Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, and purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarista. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you so much. Listen, so I got the download this morning that we are going to do a Passover loved one reading today. And so then I just, continued on with my morning, kind of allowing the energy and all of that to kind of really, gain momentum and really show up presently. And then all of a sudden it was like I was rushed. Sometimes life brings questions. Questions about love, questions about career, questions about your life journey, and sometimes we just need a little clarity. And that is where my new sponsor, Psychic Source, comes in. Psychic Source has been around for over 35 years, connecting people like you with trusted, compassionate advisors to bring through insights and guidance that they need at this time. One of the things that I loved or that stood out to me with Psychic Source was that not only do they care about their customers, but they also care about their employees as well as the world. They donate 1% of all proceeds to a good cause through their kindness initiative. I had a chance to experience the whole experience and talk to a psychic advisor, and I left feeling far more confident than I did like walking into it. She was able to pull on a recent dream that I had, and the craziness of it, and help me find clarity through that. She recognized that I was going through a purge and that I was going through kind of like a rebranding, if you will. She was also able to give me like kind of a little bit of clarity on a direction that I'm headed in, and she even was able to like give like dates type energy, as well as like a couple names she pulled out. So it was very good. Like I said, I left feeling a lot more confident than I did going in, just about the direction that I'm headed in. And I didn't ask her any questions. This was all just, I just asked her, what do you got? And she just came, pulled all this stuff, and it was very good. It was very good. So with all that being said, I'm excited to share that Psychic Source is offering an incredible deal for my viewers, you guys. Okay, new customers can get up to 40 minutes with one of their advisors for just $19.80. That's a value up to $240, okay? You can get the deal through the link in the description box below using the keyword Corie, C-O-R-I-E, or you can go to trypsychicsource.com/Corie. There's never been a better time to experience true connection. I feel like I am at a convent. Like I feel like there are, I feel like I'm kind of surrounded by a bunch of nuns, to be honest with you, and it's like I can hear the bells, the church bells. They do sound a little bit distant. It's almost like we're in this like yard area, maybe like playing something outside. I'm seeing like a soccer ball or something like that here. And it feels like there is this like group of friends, and for some reason they all feel like they do something different. It almost feels like I'm at a school, maybe too. Like because there's something about it's like these energies are showing up to me grown, but they're also giving me like a reflection of maybe when they were young. And there's like this, I feel like the number 4 is coming up. Okay? And it's almost like there's these 4 women that, they met in school, and they spent their life together, and like in this, in this convent, and it's like there's like a writer, there's an artist, I heard a reader. Okay, so somebody who's very like gifted in that way. I feel like they all were very gifted. I mean, they were all very gifted and very connected to the divine, but it's like they had different ways of connecting, right? Different ways of like channeling the messages. So we had an artist, a writer, a reader, and then I heard prolific and dreams. Okay, so the dreamer here. Okay. So this is the energy that's coming through, and it's almost like now I'm not there anymore. Oh, that may be something significant. We may have just kind of, I'm getting this, okay. Yeah, now we're shifting gears. So there is this energy where, for some of you, that was like a past lifetime, and one of those energies may be coming through, or again, could be like a Passover loved one. There's something about like showing you, giving you this flashback, right? And then I said, and now I'm suddenly not there anymore. And I think that's very significant, because there may be some sort of like belief or fear or something here, because it feels like, yeah, they're saying, you know, you have been, you're so gifted and you're so connected, and you've showed up in this way in many lifetimes, right? In different, you know, there's the convent, and now maybe you're showing up, if you're here, you're obviously showing up maybe in a spiritual environment. And I'm sure that there's been other lifetimes where it's like, maybe there was like, you know, some indigenous times, or like some, you know, there even something about Athens, Athens, Greece, okay, like Atlantis, like Lumeria, like there's all these different, and so it's like, but every time you've always been very connected to the divine. We're all very connected to the divine, right? And that connection is within us, but it's like you've always been able to harness that. Okay? It's been like, I heard like your specialty. So it's this Passover loved one. I'm not sure, because it's almost like there's a narrator, right? Like there's like this energy that's showing up. I know it's a Passover loved one, because they said this is what we're doing today, but it's almost like who they exactly are, or their presence isn't like the main point, right? This is like somebody who's like trying to like lead you down a path, right? I feel as though, or to help you kind of overcome something, or to cross some sort of bridge, or something like that here, okay? But they're coming through and saying kind of this energy where it's, you know, you've been, something about like testing your connection through different, you know, avenues or sources. Suddenly my stomach is really upset. This Passover loved one may have had some sort of stomach things, or maybe I'm picking up on, but yeah, there's kind of like this bubble gut kind of feeling, you know what I mean? Like almost anxious. this may be something, this may be why this is coming through. It's almost like this Passover loved one wanted to give you this like picture shot, this like, kind of pull on this memory in a little bit in a way, and like reminding you of this time so that you can understand maybe kind of like what's going on now, or you know what I mean, like something, whether it be what's going on in your reality or what you're experiencing, or there's some sort of perception when it comes to, because it feels like there could be something, some sort of restriction from the convent, right? That could be like kind of carrying over that you're working through at this time. Yeah, it has to do with like there were very rigid beliefs in this convent. And that's okay. Yeah, they're saying that worked for that lifetime. And there's something about like trying something new, or basically it's like it's okay to experience life in this other form, I guess, is the best way. It's like some of you were looking for like a sign or an answer, because I feel that there was like, some sort of uncertainty because of like, again, like this past, that's where this like uncertainty or this kind of like this energy comes from, or this belief or this programming or something like that. Um, and it's almost like this is like your answer, this is your sign, like this is your, I feel like I want to say like you're getting permission, there's like some sort of, or it's like a, like yes, it's okay, or you may pass go and collect $200 or something like that, like yeah. And now I'm hearing that song, just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. Gotta get away from here. What? I don't know. Those are the. So this isn't gonna like resonate with everyone, obviously, like, but just take it as it resonates. But there's, and now I'm drawn over to this apocalypse card, right? Which the apocalypse is like, basically like, the awakening, right? I can't remember the exact definition of apocalypse, but it's something. Where's my phone? I don't even know. Anyways, doesn't matter. Google it. Yeah. Yeah, there's some of you, it's like this box energy, right? So some of you, it's like you're working through something that isn't attached to this lifetime. And maybe that little, like, whatever is what you needed to hear, or, you know what I mean? Like, or even just that little piece, but there's, yeah, because this Passover loved one is coming through and, saying, like, I feel like you're being really hard on yourself. Yeah, constantly judging yourself. And it's like, whatever this is, it's like you've been looking for the answer, the resolution, the explanation, the, you know, and it's because it's connected to a past lifetime. And I just keep, it's like rigid beliefs is what I keep hearing. And there's like and they're saying it's okay to give yourself permission to experience life in a different kind of reality, in a different environment, in a different way. The ending is the same. Yeah, there's something coming through about like chasing perfection, or, it's like this self-talk or these like judgments about yourself are, it's like sometimes keeping you from like actually living, from actually like participating or like showing up in life. Um, because there's some sort of like shame or guilt that you are harboring here, but that is again rigid beliefs. You are safe. You are safe. There's a little bit of like a fear of, the divine maybe abandoning you. That will never ever happen. Here's the thing is, I think I'm picking up on somebody who may also be like listening to a lot of other readings and stuff like that. And this is somebody who's very like self-aware, and so you're constantly looking at yourself, and you may be hearing readings about other people, and maybe something about ancestors leaving, or losing their gifts, or these are people that are hurting others intentionally. And I don't mean to laugh at that. And it's like, but there is a bit of a humor, because it's like, and they're showing me this like little mouse, and but then that is turning into a lion, right? But that is your. It's not to say that your spirit is the spirit of a mouse, but that is your innocence, right? You are in this lion, you are this lion. You show up as this lion, but you are not a predator. I'm also seeing like a Black Panther or like a cougar. Like those. Now I'm seeing like an elephant. Some of you are showing up a giraffe. Like you're showing up in these large forms, but it's like, so there's something about that, right? I just heard trust this process. Trust yourself. That song is coming through again. Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. Gotta get away from here. So there's something. So it's been pretty good this year. I don't even know if that's the right words. But there may be something going on in your life right now that, again, it may seem like it's one thing. It may feel like it's crashing down, or it may feel like it's like, things are coming to an end, or things are breaking down, or people are leaving, or and the thing is while in some cases that's true, and it's because those foundations, they weren't built on solid ground, but also too, they aren't aligned with you anymore. This apocalypse, I just keep looking at it. It's because you're evolving, you're going through this evolution. And so there's your reality as you know it is shifting. It's breaking down in order for like a new calibration to show up. They're kind of showing me, the like the matrix, right? Like, and it's like the green, all the numbers, right? They're showing me kind of that, but they're what it is, it's like, it's almost like the old reality is there, right? Then that fades away, and it's like the numbers, and then the new reality shows up in your vision, and it's completely different. So there's like this energy where it's like, you may be like, all I see is numbers. Something about synchronicity as well, right? You may be getting a lot of synchronicity and a lot of signs, and you're like, that's all I'm seeing though, right? Like, um, and it's like this energy where it's like, okay, so that new reality will show up here, right? There's something about that. So there's an energy where I feel like this Passover loved one, it could be, I'm picking up on a grandfather energy now, maybe even a grandmother, typical. I'm also, there's, for someone, there's a masculine energy that was like, almost like a family friend, okay? But you may have been really close with this person. You could be like a masculine energy in your like 30s or 40s, for whoever that's for. There was like a family friend that was like a little older. I think you were very close with this person. Okay, that's who was coming through here. Um, there is kind of a lot of masculine energy. I do feel a little feminine, right? Older, maybe aunts. Now, also too, before I got started with the whole thing, there was an energy as well of some children. Okay, these would have been younger children. They're showing me 10, so I feel like under the age of 10, these children are coming through, and that this is their message for you. okay? Again, for some of you too, it is like literally if that convent energy really resonated with you, it is actually like one of those four. Well, it would be three because you would have been one of the four, I'm pretty certain. Or this passed over loved one was one of the four. And this was a belief that you picked up off the bloodline. Okay, so we've got all kinds of different timelines kind of flying around right now, but one of those energies would have been one of them, okay? I keep seeing somebody with, they look very, very classy, right? They've got like this short, well, it's not short, but like, curly, like red hair, like natural red hair, okay? Bright red lipstick. So that could be, I don't know who that is for someone, but I keep seeing that. They're kind of giving me this energy of maybe you wouldn't have known this person when they looked like that. You may have known them when they were a little older, right? So I may be picking up on like the younger version of this person. Yeah, they're singing that song again. Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times. Yeah, you're gotta get away from here. Some of you may actually be moving, but for a lot of you, it's like you're leaving one energy and going into another. And again, they're showing me that matrix thing, so it's very interesting. So if you're seeing a lot of synchronicities, a lot of numbers, right? They said ones and twos, threes and sixes, nines, tens, 12s. These, if you're seeing all these numbers, eights, basically numbers, fives, they're listing all of them. Is what it feels like, because now I'm feeling fours, but I feel like, and so, yeah, so, there's something about you kind of being in that space, right? I said that it's like that old reality lifts away, right? And then there's all these numbers, and then the new reality, and then it's like now you perceive the new one. So there's something about that, all right? You're evolving, okay? You're stepping out of some sort of box, so that you can fly. Okay? Listen, y'all, I love you so much. I hope that this was helpful. If you need anything from me, that is in the description box below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.